Latina, brought to you by Latino USA TV. I am your host, Sofia Reyes, and today we have Anissa Bello with us. Hi, Anissa. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Sophie. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Okay, cute. So, Anissa, tell me a little bit about yourself, what you do, where you're from, and just give us a scoop.
Awesome. Okay. So, like you said, my name's Anissa. I'm 25 years old. I'm a proud Chicano, Arizona native. I work with ASU Online as an enrollment coach for our Starbucks learners. So shout out to all of our Starbucks learners out there using their tuition benefit. And I basically just help students get enrolled in classes, do their application process, all of that super fun stuff. So I am working full-time, and I'm also going to grad school full-time.
Okay. And tell us, what are you going to grad school for?
I'm currently pursuing my master's degree right now in user experience. I'm about to graduate this December.
Oh, okay. Congratulations. Okay, so user experience. So if you haven't picked up, we have a woman in STEM. So, Anissa, tell me a little bit about what is one stereotype about your generation that you don't agree with?
There's a lot. To pick one, I feel like the one that comes up most often that hurts my feelings the most is that we're too emotional, we're too sensitive, or maybe even a little too woke. I feel like as our generation goes through our education, we learn how to critically think, how to advocate for ourselves. It's not something previous generations have done so openly and so unapologetically. And so we're not emotional. We're just learning how to speak up for what we want and what we need in this world. So we're not too emotional. We're just telling the world what we need, and we're trying to get it as best as we can.
Exactly. No snowflakes here.
Exactly.
Okay, so as a Latina in STEM, can you tell me about your experience in that field, whether through education or through working? So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's definitely a lot of pressure, for sure, but also a lot of pride. So going into STEM, going into all of these different research fields and different projects and different initiatives, looking around the room, I'm often one of the only Latina women in there. And so it's a lot of pressure to know that, okay, I have my diverse background, I'm kind of showing up for everyone else who hasn't had the opportunity to be in these spaces before me. And so knowing that what I say is going to be looked at a little bit more critical than what someone else might say. And so just knowing that I have that opportunity to be that person, to be in that space, to advocate as I can. I love doing it. I take a lot of pride in it, but there is a little bit of stress. It's a little scary. But then just taking a look and knowing that if I can do it and I can be just strong enough to go into these uncomfortable spaces and to make it known that I'm there unapologetically and just proud to be there, then hopefully other Latina women can see that I'm doing it and know that they can do it too.
Absolutely. I think that was so beautifully said, and I think that just really reiterates the issue at its core is that we need more women in STEM and more brown, Black women in STEM as well. So they don't want us in these spaces, so you should just go in that space anyways. So, Anissa, how do you think technology has evolved in terms of just like daily life over like our generations, millennials, boomers, all that jazz?
Oh, for sure. Technology has definitely grown so much, so fast these past few years. We started off, when we were younger, seeing the cool, really cute flip phones where once you were done talking, you got to slam it and feel all sassy. And now we have all of these different touchscreen phones, and technology is just so intertwined into everyday living. Like before you go to bed, you're setting your alarm on your phone. And then once you wake up, you're waking up to your phone to that screen. And so it's just something that's so accessible now that we don't even start to, understand how much it really is impacting us on a day-to-day. So from anything like ordering groceries, going, traveling to new places, looking for things to do, places to eat, people to talk to, it's all done through a virtual environment first before we actually connect with a real person. So it's really interesting to see how technology shifted from this thing that was just so inaccessible, something that a lot of families didn't really have access to where if you were lucky, you had maybe one computer in your house for your entire family, to now everyone has a computer in their back pocket. Everyone has access to information in their back pocket. It's so easily available. So it's really interesting to see how that has just shifted and really taken off, and how we're using that for good.
Absolutely. And so let me ask you this. What really inspired you to pursue STEM? Was that different from like your undergrad, or like have you always been a little techie?
Great question. I feel like for me, it definitely had a lot to do with my sisters and my family and my upbringing. So my undergraduate degree was in psychology, or is in psychology. I actually fell in love with psychology after taking my first psychology course in college, and then speaking with my sister, who had actually gotten her bachelor's degree in psychology as well, and about how she loved it, what it was going to look like for me if I continued down that path, and just learning that science is really cool. Science can tell us a lot about ourselves and a lot about what's going on with each other. And from there, I kind of learned that psychology can be used in more tech-based things like user experience and like web design, app design, all of that super fun stuff. And so I kind of just really found a love for it and a passion for it, and decided to pursue it.
Okay, yeah, that's beautiful. I think science is cool. We believe in science.
Yes.
All that jazz. So in this modern society, how do you find yourself honoring or celebrating your culture or just where you come from?
Awesome. So I feel like for me, it's a lot of family time and being really, really open about my family time and all of the things we are doing together to celebrate. It can be something really, really happy and really just fun, like a birthday party, or just going to see family on a regular basis. Or it can be also just used in times of grief as well too. So like just recently I did lose my grandmother, and my family came together. We did our prayers together, and we kind of upheld that family tradition as well, where we got together. We were talking every single day, and we were able to grieve together. And so I feel like for me, honoring my culture and honoring my family is one and the same. Culture for me is definitely passed down from generation to generation through the stories you tell, how you treat each other, and how you teach each other to cope with the stressors of everyday life. So it's like it can be used in very, very happy areas, as well as, you know, a little bit more remorseful areas as well.
Yes, and I think that all of that in general is just, you know, having those things that you practice that, you know, you've seen older people in your family practice. And with that in mind too, is there anything that you feel like is being lost throughout generations? Like, are we losing recipes essentially, and what recipes are they?
Yes, of course. Yeah, recipes for sure. Like cooking is so huge in our culture, and so just being able to have that together time and to have the togetherness to be there watching your family members cook and seeing how they do it and just talking to them. I feel like that aspect of togetherness is sometimes a little lost because we get so just entranced of the, I guess, interest of technology at that point as well. Like, it's so much easier to just text your Thea or text your mom or your cousins to be like, hi, I need help with this, instead of going over and being with them and being in a shared space. So yeah, definitely recipes for sure. A little bit of together time where you're there in person sharing that space instead of on a screen. So fun things for technology can definitely help, but also can definitely hinder.
Okay, yes, absolutely. I know that for me, you know, just being in the room with my own mother cooking, where, you know, as I have like 300 saved TikToks in my folder for recipes and food in general.
Yeah.
So thank you for touching on that too. And I want to ask for you personally, what is something that you hope that you do pass on to like future generations or your nieces or nephews?
Totally. I really hope that I pass on tamale making. I really hope that never dies, although it is so much work and oftentimes multiple runs to the grocery store. It's always just such a really great time to be sitting there all together, to be telling stories, to be talking about what's going on currently, and to have that together time. So definitely tamales. I find like that, it just the the process of it all really just brings us together, because not only are you there on your specified role with tamale making, whether you're filling or covering the masa on the hojas, like you're learning something and you're watching your elders do it before you as well. So it's really fun. I really hope that I can continue to pass that down.
Absolutely. I think where there is a scarcity of nanas who are making tamales these days, because I know that everyone's looking for a tamale plug come holiday season.
Of course.
So Anissa's your girl.
Maybe.
Perhaps. She's an abuela in training, essentially. So, okay, so I think one thing for me that I've noticed is language.
Okay.
And so I myself am no sabe. And do you speak Spanish?
I do not. I'm also no sabe.
Okay. Well, you're in a safe space. So I think one of the greatest technologies that we have today is Duolingo.
Yes.
Are you dabbling in Duolingo?
Oh, for sure.
And is it Spanish specifically?
It's Spanish as well as a couple other languages just for funsies. But yes, Spanish for sure.
Okay, yeah, I think that that's probably one of the most important recipes I think that we are losing. And I think it's great that, you know, in the technological advancements of society today, that we do have something like Duolingo, no matter how annoying that bird is.
Yes, definitely.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for sitting here with me, holding space for women in STEM. Let us know if there's any way that we can keep up with you, or if you just have any words of advice for someone who wants to take that leap and go into STEM, an area that we definitely need more people in.
Yeah, definitely. So, word of advice, if you're thinking about doing it, just do it. You can definitely get it done. There's tons of us out there. If you ever need help, there's going to be a support system for you. And if you're ever wondering if you should go to school, do it. School's so much fun as long as you're pursuing something you love.
Awesome. Beautifully said, Anissa. And if it wasn't reiterated already, they don't want us to be educated. They don't want us in STEM. So that just gives us more the reason to do those things. Well, thank you so much for sitting here with me today, Anissa. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Literally Latina. We'll catch you cuties later.